Jimmy Crute versus Michal Oleksiejczuk takes place this weekend in the co-main event of UFC Fight Night 168 on ESPN Plus 26 Auckland, and I can't wait for this one. I'll be honest with you guys, this is the most 50-50 fight on the card. Who's going to show up? Who's going to land the shot? Because if Oleksiejczuk lands, he can KO you stiff, and it's the same story with Jim Crute. Not stiff, but he can really do some damage to if he lands clean. Both of these guys heavy hitters. Both of these guys young light heavyweights as well, with Jimmy Crute being 23, Michal Oleksiejczuk being 24. Both of them, again, another similarity, 188 centimeter reach advantage. Both of them coming off losses to Ovin St. Preux. No, fuck, I ruined the whole video. He's coming off loss to Misha Serkinov. Fuck's sake, man. Fuck, man. Fuck it. We're going to continue anyway. Jimmy Crute's going to win. Alright? I think Jimmy Crute's got enough in him to do this. I really do. To be honest with you, Jimmy Crute trains at Stewie's House of BJJ. Stewie's House of BJJ. I don't know what kind of Family Guy shit you're into. Let's train at City Kickboxing if you're in any part of that world. I understand that your gym might be very good, and it's probably better for Jimmy Crute to have a gym focused around him. If I was in Australia or New Zealand, or if I was even in fucking Antarctica right now, I'd be looking at City Kickboxing and I'd be bringing myself over there to get a championship belt. But you know what? I respect that he's around his own gym. They're going to be very focused on him. The same story with Michal Oleksiejczuk as well. Trains out of Górnik Lechnia. If you can't pronounce the name of a gym, it's trash. But they're focused around Michal. That's the payoff of having a lesser-known gym. It worked for Conor McGregor as well. Of course, he had Gunnar Nelson and some other guys that he brought over eventually to help him out. Dylan Dennis as well brought him over. But to begin with, when you're a trash gym, if you're the only big-name fighter from that gym, you're getting all of the attention. Both of these guys have so many similarities, it's unreal. I feel like Jimmy Crute's going to win, though. I think he's just going to be a little bit cautious of Michal Oleksiejczuk's power. And I also feel like, looking back on it, Michal Oleksiejczuk's power is weird to me. Because he KO'd Jan Vellante, which basically means, hey, join the club. Because Jan Vellante's been KO'd 5 times. I don't know, man. It was by body shot. I just feel like Jimmy Crute hasn't had the wear and tear that some of these other guys that Michal Oleksiejczuk have KO'd has. I mean, Michal Oleksiejczuk KO'd Gamzat Murad Antigulov, who has 40 KO losses. Like, these are guys with wear and tear. And he's 33 years old. You know? Jan Vellante, how old is he? 34. Pretty easy to KO has-beens. I'll be honest with you. It is pretty easy. And I know he KO'd them with one punch. I understand that. And that's dangerous power to have. I don't think Jimmy Crute's going to go that way. And I feel like, in terms of their recent losses, Jimmy Crute has more to learn. Because Michal Oleksiejczuk did everything that he always does, but it wasn't enough to beat OSP. Because OSP was too veteran. He's been in danger before, he knows how to fight out of it, and he eventually got the takedown and the submission in the second round after a tough first. Jimmy Crute had a fight with Misha Serkinov. Why can't I remember who he fucking fought last? Either way, had a fight with Misha Serkinov where he was put in danger. Early, got taken down by Misha Serkinov. That's not where you want to be. Reversed it and ended up on top. He trains at Stewie's House of BJJ. Reverses Misha Serkinov from on bottom, ends up on top, and almost finishes the fight by TKO. Now, Misha Serkinov, being the veteran he is, eventually pulls off a trick that Jimmy Crute has never seen. But in terms of that submission, I mean, they're calling it a Peruvian necktie here. I mean, it was a Peruvian necktie. Why do they call it Ovid St. Preux? It's a St. Preux choke. They're calling it a shoulder choke. Don't understand why. But either way, I doubt Jimmy Crute's ever trained Peruvian necktie defense in his life. You know what I'm saying? Oleksiejczuk did everything that he wanted to. It just wasn't enough in his last fight. But Jimmy Crute has a lot to learn. I guarantee you, no one in the gym at Stewie's... What the fuck is the name of it? At Stewie's House of BJJ. Holy shit. I doubt you, no one in that gym has ever put him in a Peruvian necktie. And that's going to be something where he can go, oh shit, I'll practice that. Cool. That's something I have to look out for. Here we go. And I think he's going to get in there and do work. I really do. I think Jimmy Crute's going to pull this one off. I could see it being a second round TKO. I think he's going to try and ride out the first round, pick apart Michal Oleksiejczuk from range, try some of those leg kick combos that he throws so well, wear on the power of Michal Oleksiejczuk, maybe even wrestle in the first round. Who knows? Michal Oleksiejczuk We saw in his last fight, he can be out-wrestled. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's something that Jimmy Crute wants to do. Ride out that first round, come in the second when Michal's power is completely gone, and land one clean on his chin now that Michal's a little bit more laboured. I'll be honest with you guys. I think Jimmy Crute's got this one. Everything's in his favour here, to be honest. I like Michal Oleksiejczuk. I just think, you know, some of these wins that I'm looking at on his record. I mean, he beat Khalil Roundtree, which is a good win, but we've seen a lot of guys beat... Listen, just because you're on the Joe Rogan Experience doesn't make you a good fighter. Okay, I feel like that's a hype train that we've been in through. We've seen it so many times. Corey Anderson just last weekend. Just because you're on a Joe Rogan Experience and Joe Rogan thinks that you're going to be the next big thing doesn't mean you're going to be the next big thing, because Joe Rogan, as we heard from his comments about the Jones versus Reyes decision, knows fuck all about MMA. He knows fuck all about MMA. You know? Khalil Roundtree wasn't the best fighter in the world. Isn't the best fighter in the world. Proving he's fighting Sam Alvey next. You're not the best fighter in the world if you're fighting Sam Alvey right now. Jimmy Crute beat Sam Alvey. Fuck, man. That's really... I'm a hypocrite. Anyway, I don't like these wins. You know, I see Khalil Roundtree, I see Jan Vellante, I see Ganzir Madantigulov. I think to myself, you've had a fucking easy ride in the UFC so far. Then I see him put up against OSP and he loses. That's his fucking level. Can he improve? Yes. Can he work on his cardio? Yes. But I don't think he can, because he is a very small light heavyweight. This is not the problem of a weight cut. He's not going to go back and change that. He's a very small light heavyweight. He's 6 feet tall and he's fat. It's not a muscle thing that he's got too much muscle and he just can't go. I think he just gets a little bit trigger happy with that power of his. And I think he tries to throw it too often. I think Jimmy Crute's had no wear and tear. I think he's going to be able to ride the shots well, eat them well, because he's got a great chin as we've seen so far. And I think he's going to be able to pop Michal in the second round, drop him, and finish him from ground and pound. There we go. That's what I'm going for. Jimmy Crute by TKO. It's a tough decision to make because this really is a close fight, but I hope you guys understand my arguments that I've made. Jimmy Crute wins this one, and to be honest, whoever wins this, I don't know what they get. I really don't know what they get from this win, because I don't know what they get, to be honest. If you like heavyweight, it's a weird division right now. Maybe the winner of this, if it's Jimmy Crute, can get the winner of OSP versus whoever he's fighting on UFC Portland. Let me find out who OSP is fighting on UFC Portland real quick. Let me see. OSP versus Shamil Gamzatov. There you go. Jimmy Crute, if he wins, can take on the winner of OSP versus Shamil Gamzatov, or maybe take on Shogun Rua at UFC 250. Shogun Rua wants to fight at UFC 250. In Brazil, no one wants to go to Brazil. If you're a young contender and you don't mind going to Brazil to get what you're worth and get a little bit of rub against an old veteran that you could probably beat in Shogun Rua, go to Brazil and do it. There's nothing better for a fighter's career than when they go to Brazil and get booed by the crowd. Worked for Jared Cannonier. Worked for Colby Covington. He made an entire career off of that one moment. Everyone gets fan support when the Brazilian crowd acts like retards and boos them for beating their guy. I don't understand the Brazilian crowd, to be honest. What do they want you to do? What can you do to please a Brazilian crowd? Kelvin Gastelum and Darren Till are the only two guys to this day, that I think have ever won over the Brazilian crowd. And that's because, why? Kelvin Gastelum beat Jacare, got on the microphone, they were all booing him, started speaking Portuguese to the Brazilians. Hey, I'm one of you guys. Darren Till beats whoever he fought, Wendell Oliveira or someone like that. Some savage back in the day for his UFC debut. Fought in Brazil, got on the mic, people were booing. Just started speaking Portuguese, and it wins. That's the only... So Jimmy Crute, if you win this fight, hopefully you're insane mind enough to turn around for UFC 250, call out Shogun Rua, headline the prelims, or even find yourself on the main card, who knows, and learn to speak a little bit of Portuguese. There you go. I think that's all that we need to cover right now. Like and subscribe. No, don't like and subscribe. There's more. There isn't more. What else is there to discuss? I feel like there's something else here. There's something I wanted to say, but it's not there, and it's pissing me off, man. Fucking hell, man. Jimmy Crute wins. You know, he just wins. You know, he's better. He just is. I think so. I don't know. But I feel like a loss to Misha Serkinov isn't as bad as a loss to OSP at this point. I feel like at this point, if you're losing to OSP, you're not going to be much, you know. But Misha Serkinov still got it in him, and you're seeing that time and time again. But with OSP, I feel like you should be beating him right now if you're going to be anything special. Especially when OSP was coming off the losses to Krylov and Dominic Reyes where he took a ton of damage. You should be capitalizing there on a worn down chin and cracking it nice and early. If you can't KO OSP, you ain't KOing Mr. Nowhere and Tear Jimmy Crute. Not happening. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. Goodbye.